is a reminder. It's a reminder about giving. God gives to all of us many different presents. Here we're reminded of the fact that God gave to us the firstborn. Gave us life, a new life. And if we look to an example of the ultimate giver, someone who gives, then we look to God, who gives and gives and gives. If it's the firstborn, or if it's waking up in the morning, if there's someone there creating, who's giving all the time. And what we need are small reminders, such as the Padion event, such as the Chai mitzvah, the 18th mitzvah of the Torah, to remind us that God is there, that there is a business deal. The business deal is, I'm going to do it for you. All you have to think about, all you have to remember is that we're doing it. It's a famous story about a small Hasidic boy that was asked by someone who didn't believe. The non-believer said, "Tell me, young boy, where is God?" So the young boy said to this person that didn't believe, he says, "God is wherever you let him into." And the truth is, and I feel very strongly, that God is out there reaching out his hand, and he's sending us all kinds of signals. This was a very strong signal. And here, as we enter into the month of Elul, again, another reminder. A reminder that there's more than just us in our lives. A reminder that we have to give to other people. Why is giving so important? Giving is so important. Rabbi Eliyahu Dessler, who was both a scholar and a person that worked for a living, wrote a book called Strive for Truth, Bichtav Eliyahu, and there he writes that the sodot, the elements, the source of love is giving. When you give to someone, you give to them, you develop a relationship with them, and from this stems love. And this is the lesson we learn from Padion Ben, the fact that God gives us so much, and from this giving, he develops a sense of love, and all he asks us is to turn around and open our eyes and see that. But this idea of giving is something I didn't only learn from God in the midst of Padion Ben. It's something I see in my own family. It's something I see brought down both from my grandparents and my parents. It's something also in my new family, this idea of giving. My in-laws, mom and dad, Mr. Bressler, gave from their own home. There should be a minyan in their shul, in their house, every Shabbat, time after time. And then they gave a kiddush afterwards, more giving. And then they had to clean up the carpet afterwards because no one came to do it. This idea of giving and giving. And this is the idea of giving on the social level, on the religious social level. But there's also, I feel this idea of giving even on the personal level. I called up Mom, you have to come, the baby, and that's giving birth, you have to come. I said, by the way, if you could pick up a pair of sneakers at the flea market, a couple tapes. And so she went out, and giving, and this idea of giving, that we learn not only from the idea of what God gives to us every day, I have personally, I know Annette myself, have personally felt in our own personal lives. And I hope that is a trait that we will be able to continue in our lives in giving to our new son, Avram Simcha. And I'd just like to thank everybody for coming here and giving of their time and sharing in the Simcha of redeeming our new son, Avram Simcha.
No? It was a beautiful, beautiful evening, Hannah. I want you to appreciate, I want you to know how much I appreciate all the effort you and everyone has.
With the bris that really we all talk about Joshua, but we have to give all the credit to Annette. Thank her Kodesh Baruch Hu that she's healthy and well and brought into the world this beautiful baby.
Let's hear it for Annette. Let's hear it from HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
The reason I think that we have such a wonderful simcha, all of us, so we have around parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, is because Avram Simcha represents for the Jewish people the future. And having David here, then we also have at the same time a remembrance, a recollection of the Jewish past. Because each time you have a Kohen in our midst, and here the Birchas Kohanim, which we are Zocher in Yerushalayim, really what we have is a reminder of the Tiferet and the glory of the past, when the Beit HaMikdash was in Yerushalayim and the presence of God was felt. And the Churban Habayit wasn't just that a building was destroyed, that was listed in the Talmud, but the Churban Habayit represents the alienation of God into the bringing into the existence of a secular world where God's presence is not felt in our midst. But when you have the past and the parents represent the present and the baby represents the future, then what we really have is the continuity of Am Yisrael. And each of us, we have with us Rabbi Kirschblum, who dedicated his life to Torah education, and we have Jerry, who works for Yeshiva and has given of himself. Our friends who kibbutz Migdal Oz and family. I say that Nechama and Yochai are not just members of the family, but are friends who are giving their life in an outpost where the Jewish people are being harangued, and the Edelsteins who came from different parts of America. One part was cold, the other part was colder, and now help in the continuity of the Jewish people in its own country. So I feel very happy.
How about the PF administrator?
We don't discuss that. And my uncle and aunt who went through many difficult days in Eretz Yisrael, and Sabba and Sabta who are beloved by all of us, and really, like Joshua said, an example. So I think that here is a special feeling that we are fortunate. And Gigi and Erwin, who are not just mechatanim in a formal sense, but are friends also. So we have been very blessed by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And I'm very happy that all of you could be with us and to share Avram Simcha's opinion of Ben. And we should only be together in such a way as we will give him nachas.
I've been asked. I have a very unique position tonight in this family. I'm the only one, other than Joshua's parents and Joshua's grandparents, who was at his Pidyon Ben. Going back quite a few years.
That's right.
So I want to say that I've watched the family grow, and I've watched and been in all of the simchas of the family. I also was at your Brit. And your son's Brit, your son's Pidyon Ben. And just as his name brings forth Abba, which is from Abraham, and who was the great leader of the Jews who taught the world Torah and the belief in God. And his second name is Simcha, that your family should be blessed only with a lot of simchas, a lot of happiness, because they're beautiful people. So I wish all of you a lot of simchas, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, and continue to pioneer and show the world what Torah and Judaism is.
Go ahead.
Amen.